John, I've got your latest iteration up. As a matter of fact, I've got the PDF up right here, so we'll go ahead and take a look at that. This piece is great, but it just keeps on getting better too. This is really, really a good piece, John. You've done a really nice job here. I think that it's got a wonderful narrative, and it's got the ability to support a narrative, and that's fantastic. That points to good conceptual planning. So we got Tom Cruise, and even if it's not recognizable as Tom Cruise, which it is, it's definitely recognizable as an 80s dude, specifically indicated by, I think, the Wayfarers, as well as the black shirt with the white jacket. I mean, that was like pretty much the look in the 80s. And this thing just reeks of the 80s. I mean, I'm a child of the 80s, so I mean, this stuff all, I mean, I remember those crazy funky keyboards. I remember the big giant cell phones that were around in the late 80s. And I recognize all of this stuff. So this is just really fantastic. Okay, good job with the cassette. That works out just beautifully. That's great. The keyboard is a vast improvement. See this highlight on the keyboard up there? I would bring that all the way across the top of the keyboard right there, through there. And then also, it's a great technique using that flat color to develop highlights as opposed to gradients. I think it's a wonderful technique. And it's just a matter of changing the color, lightening up the hue, and then just placing it where the highlight would be. So we can duplicate that technique right over here on the 8-ball, or even add a specular highlight on the 8-ball, since it's up to you, really. Everything else looks great, really, really great work. That's a nice highlight on the skateboard there. But the skateboard, I think, is losing a little bit of contrast. So I would recommend, trying to bring some contrast out. Maybe lighten up the color of the wood of the skateboard, or lighten up the wheels or something. But I'd like to see those screws. I'd like to see the wheels differentiated from the deck itself. So that's something that definitely could use some improvement in that area right there. I think the skateboard's really super short too. I wonder if we were to elongate that just a little bit, maybe move this end up a little bit and bring this end down a little bit. 8-ball looks great. 8's not centered in the 8-ball though, but the circle is centered. So I don't know if you want to offset the circle and try to skew that 8 to match the perspective. That's up to you. But let's get some regularity in there. Rubik's Cube is way deeper than it is high and wide, right? So definitely want to watch your perspective there. That wouldn't be a true square at all. This is just way deeper than it is wide or high. I also think that in this area right here, look how that stroke is really thick around the, watch my cursor right here, and it looks like it goes down in there as well. Little bit of housekeeping in terms of harmony. I think this color purple, I'm sorry, this pink or purple right here, it's not seen anywhere else in the composition. So my immediate recommendation there would be to change that color to the color pink of that keyboard. Other than that, I think, wow, this is just looking fantastic. So we just got a couple of, take a look at the cars. Look how much nicer it looks without a gradient. And also you've got those two little lines, white lines there representing a highlight. And that's just so much more effective than gradients. Don't get me wrong, there is a time and a place for gradients, but I definitely don't think that a tribute to the 80s is a time or a place for that gradient. So I love your choices here. So fantastic, just fantastic work. Okay, any questions at all? Please let me know. I'll be glad to make any necessary clarifications. Thank you very much.